Hello, everybody, and welcome to Craftmas, day 11, I think is what we're on. We are going to take a look at where my Project Life album is for the end of the year here for July through December. You saw I had some editorial layouts I've done nothing with, and then I have 3 sets of photos that I have printed. I have August, September, and October. I have not printed November. In the next video I share, I will be sharing how I set up November because I just ran out of time today. Really, I needed to get into this album and figure out where everything is. I am pretty behind for sure. Being so sick in November just really put me behind on a lot of projects. And of course, I want to get this wrapped up by the end of the year. So I'm just flipping through here so you can see that it is a mess. I am really behind. Now, Project Life is never a project that I feel stressed about when I get like behind. And when I say behind, I'm using air quotes because I don't actually believe that you are ever behind in your memory keeping. I just believe you have things to do with memory keeping. And I really never want to be caught up. My philosophy is I never want to be caught up because then I won't be able to scrapbook. I won't be able to memory keep. So I'm not behind. I just have a lot of work to do in this album. I was actually pretty shocked at actually how much I do need to do. There's still items in July that I need to do. And then there are all of August, all of September, all of October, and all of November need to be done. December is a little bit less work because I don't do a lot of, I don't add a lot to my December layouts because I do that in December daily. So currently what I'm doing is I'm flipping through and I'm trying to figure out what photos are what. And at first I was mixed up a little bit because I didn't realize that August wasn't done either. So eventually I will figure out that I have a set of photos for August. I have a set of photos for September and I have a set of photos for October. And then I still need to print November. So these ones that I have here are September. So while I'm flipping through this and that's all that's happening here in the video, let me chat a little bit with you about how I print photos. So I upload all of my photos to snapfish.com. This is where I have uploaded photos since 2005. So I've been doing Project Life and doing this memory keeping thing since around 2003, 2004, and then I started keeping a yearly album in 2005. I wasn't married at that point. It was just me. So it was just a personal album that I kept all year long. And then when I got married in 2006, it became a family album. And then in 2011, I started doing Project Life pocketed pages. So since 2005, I've uploaded all of my photos to snapfish.com. I use that as a third way to back up my photos. So I currently have 2 other ways that I back up my photos. Snapfish is the third way. Now, Snapfish could go out of business or could shut down their website at any time for sure. So it's not my only form of backing up my photos, but I do keep them organized on snapfish.com in the same way that I organize them on my computer, which is by month, which is by year and then by month. So that is why I have 3 sets of photos, because at the end or the beginning of each month, I will upload my photos to Snapfish and then I will get them printed. Now, I get them printed through Walmart, and in the past, I've been able to just choose Walmart as a place to pick them up, meaning I upload them to Snapfish, I say I want to pick them up locally, I choose Walmart as the way to do that. That is because my Walmart, the particular Walmart that I have close to me, they have an excellent photo printing place. I can also get my photos printed in matte instead of glossy through Walmart. And I was getting them printed through Walgreens, but my Walgreens that is close to me has a crappy photo place. So I didn't like the quality of the photos I was getting. So you definitely have to sort of, figure out if you want to pick up locally, what is going to work for you, what place will work the best. Currently, you cannot make the choice to pick up your photos through Walmart when you upload to Snapfish. So I am currently uploading to two places. I upload to Snapfish so that I have them there all in order every month. They're there. And then I upload to Walmart to have them picked up. I wish I wasn't having to do that twice. But that's okay. I will go ahead and continue to do that because it does work for me in the way that I keep my photos organized and backed up. The other thing is that I used to just get them printed directly through Snapfish because I would print every 3 months. And then I would do all of my memory keeping. And then I was always about 3 months behind. Currently, now I like to be done with the month really close to the month ending. And so I want to pick them up sooner. I also print from home. So I know that, well, I'll say for myself, the biggest obstacle in doing Project Life for me has always been finding a good system with photos. I was doing this when we didn't just take photos on our phone. I had a point and shoot camera, and then of course we had photos we would take on our phone, and then my husband had a camera, and I used to, on Friday nights, I would bring all the devices together. I'd get all the cords out. I would transfer everything to my computer. I would do all my photo editing, and then I would send them in to get printed, and my husband would pick them up on Friday nights on his way home from work. It was like my Friday routine was to do that. Now I do print some from home. So like my stories of home in this album are already done because I printed those at home. And then now with our phones, and it's a lot easier, my husband and I share a shared folder for photos. All of the photos basically can come to my device, or I can find them through our shared folders, our shared albums. Kayla has a folder that she uploads photos into, and I just remind her, I send her a text at the end of the month and I say, hey, make sure you have 5 to 8 photos that are uploaded into our shared folder for the month, and she does that. So obviously it's a lot easier, but then the printing aspect of figuring out where to get them printed is a bit of a obstacle. So my advice is always, whatever you're struggling with Project Life, like with this project, if it is the photos being printed, if it is taking photos, if it is the album, the product, whatever it is that is your struggle, identify that struggle and then come up with a system. Once you come up with a system for the thing that you struggle with the most, you will be successful with this project. So in January, all of my Project Life weekly videos will be focused on starting a Project Life album. So either a personal or a family album. If this is something that you've been interested in, I really encourage you to start in 2024. And you don't have to get prepared in December. It's crazy, right? We're all dealing with Christmas stuff and we're running around and it's crazy. And so prepping for that kind of project in December is probably never going to work, right? So I don't want you to worry. In January, I will be releasing all of the videos for it. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to get started and how to find success in this project. So if it is something that you're interested in, I want you to look forward to that in January, and I will be sharing all of that in January, and we will get an album started. So we'll identify whatever parts that are hard, and we'll come up with systems and solutions that you can always go back to. So even in this moment where I am very behind in this last half of my album, I'm not overwhelmed at all with it because I have systems for every single aspect of Project Life. I have a system for the way I print photos and keep my photos organized and get them printed. I have a system as to how I get these photos into the album, right? I have a system on how I do my journaling or my embellishing. And so those are really important. So currently what I'm doing after I identified which pack of photos went with which month, because when I printed them all at one time. But I uploaded each individual month and I printed each individual month so that when I received them, instead of there being, 300 photos and they were all mixed up and I didn't know what was what, each pack was a month. So it was super easy once I identified which month was what to go ahead and drop these in. I had already set up foundation pages for August and September and October. I had already done that. So dropping these photos in was super simple. You can see I'm just going through. I identified which photos went with which month, and then I'm dropping them in. Now, the way I have my Project Life album set up is really simple. I do monthly documenting. So I have a Design A page protector for the front and the back of October. Let's just use October as an example. So on the Design A, front and back, those are everyday photos. So the photos that you see me dropping in are everyday photos. They're just photos that one of me and Andrew, and Kayla is really blurry. It was dark. It was at night. We were laughing and messing around. And so the picture is blurry, but that's an everyday photo. There's a photo of us sitting on the couch, playing the Switch. There's a couple photos of my office, of some things that I did in my office, and I snapped a few pictures. This one is of the rain. They're just everyday photos. Then anything else that I want to document, like this lunch I had with my friend Shelly. There is, let's see, what are some other things, like Legally Blonde that is happening. Esau cutting this wood and stacking this wood. Those are all extra stories that I'm focused on. I took some photos of the blue moon that happened in September, so that is an extra story. Those get sandwiched in between my months. So I will use different page protectors, different photo, pocketed protectors. I will also use traditional scrapbooking pages that I create. Those will be standout stories. So the first thing I do is I identify the month, and then the pile that I'm putting in that's in the top corner there, those are everyday photos right there, everyday photos. Then the other piles are certain stories that I want to focus on, that maybe I want to tell more of a story of, or I want to do some special journaling about, or that I just want to stand out. So then what I will do is I will go through the everyday photos and I will filter those into the front and the back, which is exactly what I'm doing right now, is whichever ones that I think I want to go ahead and have as everyday photos, I will stick in those pockets for the front and the back of the Design A. So the first fire that we had, I took a photo of that. The kids playing in the rain. This photo of Violet, she was sitting by me and I snapped a photo of me after I had my hair done, a photo of Andrew, and then the photo of Esau and Kayla. I think we were watching a show or something. So those to me are just everyday moments. There's nothing necessarily special about them. I'm adding those in and having those. And then everything else, like my September 11th photos that I did, the fair that we went to, those things are more of items that I want to tell other stories about. So that is my system for my photos and the way they go into my album and the way that I organize that. So that's super simple. And here, what I'm doing today is I'm just dropping those photos in and figuring that out. I'm not doing any journaling. I'm not doing any embellishing. Really, you'll see I do a few things, but really I'm just trying to get a handle on what photos do I have, where do they need to go, and what else needs to happen in my album. Okay, so my footage got a little bit messed up when I was filming. I'm still just dropping in photos here. And then the other thing I wanted to share that I did is for a couple of the traditional layouts that I had stuck in this album, I removed the ones in the very beginning from July. I just decided to skip it and not use those traditional layouts in July, and I'll use them for next year. I'll use them for something else. I didn't have the right sizing of photos for those layouts, and instead of forcing it and trying to make something work, I just let that go. I took those out. And then I also did add a couple photos to some of the traditional layouts. You'll see at the very, very end of this video for August, I put a couple photos into that traditional layouts, and then I had those. So I think this is repeat footage. I don't know what happened. It's like when I was filming, my camera like double filmed something or something. I don't know what happened, but as I'm editing, I'm like, this is weird. It didn't catch the very end of what I did. So what has happened is I have all of my photos dropped in up until November. I have not printed photos for November, and I haven't even gone into my phone and edited anything and put anything together. November is when everybody was so sick, and I don't know what I have. I'm going to assume I don't have much for November. And then, like I said, all of my December stuff is in my December daily album. So that brings me to letting you know that there are some December daily process videos that I've put up. Those have gone up in my membership group. You can join my membership here on YouTube for $4.99, and then you will see the replay of all of those, and you will see the layouts I have put together. It is such a wonderful way to support creators here on YouTube, is to join their membership. I have 3 different tiers. $4.99 is just right through YouTube here. You don't have to go anywhere else. You'll see the replays of things that I do, and that is awesome. There is a $7.99 option, and that will get you access to the Facebook group as well, so you can join in and share with us and ask questions and get different kinds of help. And then I have a $14.99 tier, and that gets you access to the full website, the Facebook group, all of my past classes that I've done and uploaded. So those are just a few options. I will be back tomorrow on Friday to share with you another Craftmas video, and we will be doing some crafting together. I hope that you are enjoying Craftmas and all of the videos that I am posting. I hope you are enjoying your December. If you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be super helpful. If you're brand new to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. That's always nice, because then YouTube will be nice to me, and I always love it when YouTube is nice to me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in my next video.